So Gene Smith calls for a press conference, Chris, and everybody thinks he's going to talk about expansion, Oregon and Washington, how it all came about, answer all the media's questions with that, and he drops a bombshell. This is his last year as athletic director at Ohio State. And I can just see in Marion, Ohio, this guy over here is doing Chris Farley cartwheels when that announcement came down. You're not the biggest Gene Smith fan, I guess you could
I
say.
Gene Smith, he's an enigma to me because at times he's the guy we love. He's the guy that pushes to play during COVID. He's the guy who's in favor of, expansion. He's the guy who is, at the he's been on the CFP committee. He's been on the basketball committee. But then he's also the guy who self-imposes a bowl ban the year that we're set to win a national title.
He's, you can't let it go,
He's
man.
he's
It's
the guy. I
it's been
can't let
over
it go.
it's been over 10 years, Chris.
I can't let it go. You're right. He's the guy who comes out and says it's only one game. He's the guy who gives his firm support to a guy who has lost to that team up north 2 consecutive years. He does some things that are just so right and some
Yeah.
things that are so wrong. He's a guy who came in, and I mean, he came into a bad situation in 2011. He did. That self imposed bowl ban, yeah, that was stupid, but he came into a very bad situation. Andy Geiger left him in a horrible position when he came in. Um, you know, he had a lot of things to deal with. He's dealt with controversy from the thing with Tressel to the thing with Urban to the COVID. Yeah, he's had a lot of controversy and things to deal with, but
He handled COVID really well.
he did handle COVID
He
really
went to
well.
bat for those kids who wanted to play,
He
man.
did, and not just our kids, but kids throughout the conference who wanted to
Yes.
play.
Yes. Him and the president at the time absolutely went to bat for those
Yes,
kids who wanted to play. And
and
for that I commend them,
but
you know.
a lot of times we talk about better the evil we know than the evil we don't, and I kind of feel like that's the position we've been in with Gene Smith for the better part of the last decade.
An athletic director is going to be remembered for two things. And number one, they're going to be remembered for buildings that get built in the athletic department under their watch.
And he's done well.
Andy Geiger built a lot. However, the one terrible decision Andy Geiger made was the basketball arena. That
Yeah.
thing's terrible for basketball. St. John's is still so much better. Um, Alex says, let's answer this question real fast. Do you guys allow call-ins? Yes. This season, Alex, when the season gets started on Sunday nights, every Sunday night during the season, we will have call-ins for the entire second half of the show. We want you to come and call in, absolutely. So make sure to set that, mark your calendars, 8 o'clock Eastern every Sunday night during the season. You will be a part of the show. So thank you for asking that. You're remembered for building buildings, and you're remembered for the coaches you hire.
And he's done very well there.
He's done both extremely well.
I mean, he's the guy who gave
The
us Urban,
The
Day.
Cavelli Center is fantastic. The new tennis center is great. You have field hockey,
Yep.
lacrosse. They all have new stadiums. These were all buildings he's built for the Olympic sports. They're going to be getting a new ice hockey arena very soon, which I can't wait for because I love college hockey. Um, Here's the thing, man. Like that aspect, he's done great. When it comes to the Olympic sports, Ohio State does a phenomenal job, and Gene Smith has a lot to do with that. His hires, he went out and got Urban. Can't argue with that hire. Ryan Day remains to be seen. Okay. 45-6, dude. That's really good. Now the
But
last
six losses, a third of them to that team up north. And
I
every time we
I
play a big
understand.
game, he falls flat on his face.
I understand. I get that. But 45-6. So
It's a successful record. It's the least successful success you'll ever find in your life.
the basketball hire is a little questionable for me
Now,
at
this
this
is the one
point.
thing I will say
And we're not a
to his benefit.
basketball podcast, but it's a Gene Smith topic here.
You look at this. Gene Smith has been responsible for having to replace the two highest winning percentage coaches in the two biggest sports programs we have. Thad Matta was our highest winning percentage basketball coach. He replaced him with Holtman, which, again, remains to be seen because, much like the guy on the football side of things, he can't seem to win a big game. He can recruit like a beast, but he can't win a big game. And I really feel like that's kind of where we're at.
So let me get back to what I was getting at. Where I can fault Gene Smith
Mhm.
was his handling of Jim Tressel.
Yes.
And you know my love of Jim Tressel. That man is, I think, he's my Woody Hayes, guys. I wasn't alive when Woody Hayes was here. That's the man who I think I admire him to no end. And let me see if I can find the comment here. Great job interacting, everybody. It's been awesome to have all your interaction tonight. Frank said, great article today on Tress dotting the I.
Yeah.
Gene Smith's legacy would be helped out if he got that done this season. Absolutely. Go to scarletandgame.com, read my article about how Ohio State should have Jim Tressel be only the third coach ever in the history of the program to dot the I. Chris, can you name who the other two are?
Woody Hayes,
That's one. Last one happened not that long ago.
Earl Bruce.
You nailed it. 2 for 2. Good job. So, all right. That being said, I would give Gene. I would applaud him on his way out. But here's the thing. This is what I hinted at, and I was kind of saying. I just believe Ryan Day was offered a free year no matter what happens this year because of this. There is no way, in my opinion, that on his way out, Gene Smith is going to fire Ryan Day at the end of this year.
Now, see,
No
I have to
way.
disagree with you, Eric,
No
because
way.
this is the thing. This is his chance. If Ryan Day goes out and screws the pooch again against that team up north, I say that Gene Smith gets rid of him and, by God, brings back in Urban to coach the bowl game and gives the fans what they want if Day drops the ball again. Why not
No
go
way.
out on a high note?
No way. There's no way he would fire him, hire a new guy,
No, no, I'm
and
not
then
saying
the,
he's gonna. I'm not
you
saying he's gonna
you
hire the
can't
new guy.
you can't go. You cannot go from December to June or July when he leaves without a head football coach, Chris.
No, you can't.
Which means he'd have to hire one. No way. There's no way.
Then maybe he stays on to hire the new coach. I don't know,
No.
but there
He's
is
not
no.
going to do it. He's not going to fire Ryan Day. Ryan Day.
Then they should fire him right now.
No. Why?
If he doesn't have
He's
the
had nothing.
guts to pull that move, then
You're gonna tell me that the administration should walk into Gene Smith's office tomorrow morning and go, if Ryan Day loses again, are you gonna fire him?
yes,
No. You're fired.
yes,
No.
pack your bags. You're out.
Dude, that is the most craziest thing you've said.
Better yet, give me a call. I'll come down there and pack your bags for you.
Get out of here, man. There's no way. I'm telling you right now, there's no way Ryan Day gets fired now. I was agreeing with you at the beginning of the year. If he goes 0-3 and it looks bad again, but there's no way Gene Smith's going to fire him when he's retiring a few months later. and then leave the new athletic director with a coach he just hired. There's no way he would do that.
Well, you know what? You've got a couple months to start that athletic director search. Get it going. Get somebody in place who will do the job that you don't want to do.
Yeah, I'll come back to your comment in a second, Donald, because I've got to give Alex credit here. Yeah, that's extreme, Chris.
It's necessary.
It is not. He's 45-6.
And if he loses three in a row to Michigan, it's necessary. How many national titles does he have, Eric?
0.
How many should he have, Eric?
1.
At least?
1. Alabama crushed us, dude. We didn't have a prayer.
He shouldn't have lost to Clemson. Oh, that wasn't him. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Hey, Alex Martin, question for you, Chris. Who replaces Day in honesty to do better? Who could do better?
Who could do better than 45-6? I don't know. But if they can beat Michigan, doesn't matter to me.
Donald agrees with me. Gene would not fire him. However, the new AD just might. Yes, if he goes 0-4 in 4 straight years. But here's the thing. I don't think there is a chance of that happening, going 0-4 against them. They're
No,
going to lose
because
it.
he's going to do the right thing and quit if he goes 0-3. Jump to the
Chris.
NFL.
Chris. Apparently, there's some good mushrooms in Marion County, Lenny thinks. Oh my gosh.
Hey,
This
if you
has been
guys
fun.
are happy living through the Cooper years all over again,
Donald
that's
says, I think
okay.
it depends on who the new AD is, but I think it would put Day on the hot seat. I would guess the new AD will want to put their own fingerprints on the football team. I think Gene would give the new AD that opportunity, which means he's not going to fire him.
Day should have already been on the hot seat.
Oh my gosh. Look, I will be the first person. Chris is channeling his inner John Kennedy from the I Always Irish show right now. Check your blood pressure.
I'm afraid
Oh
to.
man, you're getting beat up now. You're getting ganged on. Drug test, Chris. Luke Fickle would be better, Robert said.
I don't disagree.
I don't know yet.
I don't disagree. I think Robert's 100% right.
Alex, I can't put that comment up. Sorry, bud, but I agree. I see what you put there.